Hello and welcome back to RawSlowGaming and the game I want to queue but I can't find a queue that is long enough for me to queue in, also called SnowTopia, and well, that is partially our own fault to blame that is the case, but also not so much, especially here. We can't really do more. And as you see there, we have a bit of a lag problem if we do too much here. We kind of have a pretty nice depth of field effect there, actually. To be honest, that only the center things are really clear, so to say. But yeah, we're going to do something and just ignore the fact that is going on. We do, of course, have many takers here on this really gentle run. So gentle runs seem to be the way to go if we're just thinking about spreading out our skiers, which definitely would be one point to make. Would it help anything at all, though? I kind of doubt it, but one could hope. So where would we go next to create more mellow and gentle slopes? Well, we could try and do more, but it will, or more that is in the same line, so to say, but they all would end up at the bottom here anyway, and that is not really what we want to do. We want to drive them away from there, so to say. We have runs like this one and this one, but they don't really start from a gentle side. They start, well, we have this blue. I don't understand why no one is taking that and going down here and retaking that up. But really, no one is really coming from here and going up here again. They all choose to go down here, which they should know isn't really working. So I'm very confused with that, but I guess it's well, it's pre-open alpha, so it is a game mechanic that isn't perfectly executed yet, so to say. So where would make sense to make more runs and or lifts is rather maybe going to be the case here. We want to make something that looks as good as it can with the tools that we have available to us at the moment in this game, and then where are we going to do anything? I feel like this part of the mountain is severely underused and are begging to be used. That would mean that, for example, putting in one more gondola here and really making that connecting to the top here. The problem with that is that, as I said, that will probably not alleviate the problems downstairs anything at all. But then again, I already just said that we're not really thinking about alleviating those problems. So I guess it's not going to be a problem not thinking about them then. So let's do something like this then. We are aiming for pretty much the top here, but we don't really need to go to the top here. That will just be hard to make anything working. I think that's better because that will mean that we easily can connect to this side, and we can also go on the other side and make some cute little runs to there, for example. First off, though, I think we should just connect you to each other like that. And second off, I just think we should max the volunteers there. I wonder, should we increase the capacity there? We should have a look through our lifts if they are all correctly manned. Well, this could definitely be more manned and help with this issue here. these ones are obviously going to be fully staffed. Yes, they are. And I would think that this one was, but it isn't actually. It's only 3 out of 4. Yeah, could and maybe should be full. We'll let it go up to full. And we'll do something here. I really do want to get in something that goes around down there. Now, the issue here is, of course, so to say, that it's going to be steep. But we want it to be steep. We really want it to be very hard even. Because if you want the easy road, you can take that slope or road. No, the other way. Not road, but slope. But you get the idea. And then we're definitely going down more places. I just want to go down there and there and there and just branch off everywhere. So that is what we're going to do. The question is, are we going to use just one run here? Or one sort of track? Or line, rather. Line is maybe a good word here. Now, I really sort of want to do this just as darn straight as possible. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. And that's hard. A red run. Well, I guess it can be. Now, of course, we have to peel off towards here with everything as well. But we are going to do something down here also. And we're going to go with the same width here. And I think this is where it's sort of peeled off straight. So we'll use that as a sort of starting point. And we will go down something like this. Now, what is the most reasonable thing to do? Doesn't really matter, but something like that I feel looks good. Yeah, definitely looks good from this way at least. So something like that, and that's another red run. Too bad the red runs aren't really that popular. It's the green ones that are popular. So I said this really doesn't make sense in that thought process, but we're not thinking that right now. Or are we? Well, we are, as I'm commenting about that, so to say. We do want to offer the skiers to come down to this part as well, other than going around there. We want to offer them to go there directly, so will you be able to get in with something like that if we're doing something like this? Now, how does that really look? That does really look quite interesting. So that is for sure going to be added in. And that's actually counted as a black run. Now the question is, if we keep starting from here, and we have a couple of signs here, actually only 2, should be more. But they are into each other. That is no use as such. Yeah, if we're trying to do one more here and go in between here, I think this entry will be really tricky. But I kind of want to see that happen. And also kind of see what the game does in terms of terraforming here, because as you see here, this definitely affects all of the runs. We want something to go like that. And well, something like that is some crazy stunt park. That would actually be very interesting and fun to see in the game. Later down the road, of course, though, that you could build like a ski cross part in a run or a half pipe and things like that. And basically just a fun run. Not a fun run, that's the wrong word I were looking for. A basic slope run. No, not slope run either. Well, I don't know what word I'm looking for here, really. What I do know is, as we're rebuilding this, or extending it rather, here I kind of feel like I want to do the same thing I did last time I did this map, and that is like go wider to like a couple of slopes to each other to make it more beautiful. I don't think we have done that yet. No, we haven't. But that to me would make sense, and this is still not making sense. But let's just not look at it. If we're not looking at it, it doesn't exist. Well, let's just do a quick shout out here to you viewers before we continue on, to smash that like button if you're enjoying the content, enjoying SnowTopia, and yeah, do leave a comment if you're playing the game too, or if you're excited or whatever. I read everything and reply to pretty much everything as well. And if you're enjoying it, do make sure to hit that subscribe button, because this will be around on the channel for a long time to come. And yeah, do that so you don't miss out, basically. And as you're doing that, you can be extra super duper sure of not missing out if you hit that small notification bell as you hit the subscribe button. And do check out the links in the descriptions to the dev's webpage, Discord, and all the things. They are very easygoing and nice to talk with, and things like that, and helpful if you have any issues with the open alpha, for example. And yeah, so what are we going to do next? Well, I still have no clue. I really were actually sort of concentrated on my pitch as I'm doing those, which is a bit strange. I've been doing them for quite some time, and they're pretty much the same in pretty much each episode. So very strange that I still have a sort of issue with them. Now, this is interesting. That is definitely going up, but sort of a fun one. This is just, I don't really need to do this, but it just looks like a very lovely run, actually. Just the shape of it all. Something else I definitely don't need to do is a run here, but I kinda want to try. Right, so if you go there, slope blocked by cliff. Yeah, I know the cliff is right there, but can I get in between them? Alright, so I can. Now that obviously is not really looking like it's working. So I don't really want to do anything that is not looking like it's working. I want something placed that is looking like it's working. I said we're trying to make the most beautiful possible thing out of the game. We actually do have some takers here on this run, at least. Is it just because I marked it blue? Maybe could be the case. Yeah, we do have mostly blue skiers. It's just the way of the game at the moment, or at least in this save. I don't remember really if this has been the issue in my previous run in the Open Alpha Update 7 in the other map, but we only had like blue and green skiers, or the skiers that wanted to go in blue and green runs. I really don't know. And I really don't know where exactly to put our next sort of adventure. We do have this cliff, but that is so underused, and it's actually closed. Out of order. 100% slowdown. Ceased engine. This is definitely sort of new. I haven't seen that, and I definitely haven't seen this icon. Ongoing minor failure. this icon to me looks like fire and that it's destroyed, so probably maybe not the correct image there for an ongoing minor failure, at least. And this actually has an ongoing major failure. Well, that is actually a lot better than the fire signal. Because this at least has cogs on it, and sorry for the frame rate going here. And this is actually less bad. It has a jammed pulley. If that's the only issue with a major failure, I think that's pretty good actually. I think that might need some fine-tuning as well from the devs. I'm sure they will get to it as soon as possible. So what are we going to do? We could, of course, as we're doing this, put in a lift and a runs that doesn't have any volunteers, and we can always bring down the volunteers on lifts needed to just to have all our lifts going. Like looking here all over the place, like a surface lift somewhere around here would be making sense. I feel probably not like going down there. It should probably rather be like from one of the villages. I don't think it makes sense to have any here, or does it? Well, one up here could make sense, but as we have this going down, that would be hard, really hard actually. So let's see if we can't end off this episode with a surface lift, and that would have to be from here, sort of from exactly there actually, and sort of too long. Yeah, all right. So I really wanted to go like here. The problem is with surface lift, I can't go under it. No, don't do like that. I wanted you to be where? There, I guess. Yes, there is fine. And as close as possible to that cliff edge. And there you go. I guess that's got to do it. This has 75 capacity per day as disorder, which is not really enough in any way whatsoever to do what we want it to do. And that is to alleviate as much as possible from other things, so to say. And what are we doing? I kind of want to go, but I don't want this damn rock to show. But we are going to go something like this then. Just something like that. Very easy and gentle run. And we're going to go something here that is as possibly close to the lift as we humanly can. Pretty much. And then it gotta go downhill. Of course. Of course it gotta go downhill. I do know that. I promise I do know that. It's just... Right, let's see if we can't get in with a small little run here. No, not blocked by lift. And no, not blocked by lift. Must go downhill. Yeah, I know. Can you do what I want you to? Yes, there you go. And now obviously that is probably not really going downhill. Topology. It's not, but it's not that bad either really. But yeah, this is overfilling straight away, but that is sort of what we wanted. But that will also be the end of the episode, and I've said that word far too many times there in the end, so I will not say it again. I almost did it, but I didn't. But then I did, and I did again. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you here soon again. Bye bye. You have been watching RawSlowGaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right, our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.